Disclaimer, you put it in race mode, you're losing all your driver assistance, you're losing your traction, but you're gaining some fun. What's good, guys? Welcome back to RonsRides, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where I'm here at Masi Alfa Romeo of Daytona Beach. We have in front of us a 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio in Rosso Competizione Red. Now what we're talking about here is the value of a used Quadrifoglio. I did a video on another red Rosso Competizione Red used Quadrifoglio. That one actually sold probably 2 days after I did the video, which was crazy. Now I'm not gonna say it's because I displayed it. I think somebody came and saw it and just took it because they knew how great a value it was. That one had the 5-hole dark wheels. This one has the Technico here. So we'll talk about those in a minute because it's a little different so you guys can tell that I'm not just filming the same car. But we'll tell you more about it as far as the miles, as far as the price, and we'll show you the pristine condition it's in, and we're gonna take it for a quick drive so you guys can hear and really experience what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these cars. Now, as I explained to you guys, this is a used Giulia Quadrifoglio. The previous owner actually traded this 2017 in for one of the 2018s that was here, that was the Monte Carlo blue with the carbon ceramic brakes. You guys have seen that car on the channel before. He lost his butt on it because he barely had this car paid down enough to where its value would be the same as what he owed on it, but he didn't care. He didn't like the color as much as he thought he would. I know, get that right. He actually didn't like the Rosso Competizione paint as much as he thought he would, which is a $2,200 upcharge. The Monte Carlo blue that he got is a $600 upcharge. So he actually got that, and he got the carbon ceramic brakes, which are $8,000. So he actually got the 2017, brought it here, traded it in, and got a 2018 Monte Carlo blue. I mean, hey, to each their own. At least he went from one Quadrifoglio to another Quadrifoglio. Let's talk more about this one here. It has 15,000 miles on it since 2017. So we're gonna kind of take a look around it and a very close look on the exterior and interior, just to show you guys the condition it's in for having 15,000 miles on it and being close to 3 years old. Now you can see, we'll look up front, and I'm getting up front because obviously this is gonna take most of the beating up front when you're driving these cars, and this one looks pretty pristine. I mean, the carbon fiber doesn't even look scratched at all. This is the only carbon fiber active front lip on a sedan in the world. So this actually retracts for extra downforce at about 70 miles per hour. All right, you cannot do it manually, so I can't show you unless I'm driving the vehicle and I have it here. You can only do it manually if a technician has it hooked up to their system to a computer, and they're the only ones that can move it up and down. But this looks pristine. Look at the paint. Obviously it's a great paint to have because it is the upgraded paint. The only other paint that matches this as far as price is the Trofeo White, and that's the Tri-Coat Pearl White. But this looks very phenomenal for having 15,000 miles on it. Because you see the big Quadrifoglio badge. If you guys don't know what that means, make sure you guys check my video out. I do have a video specifically to the Quadrifoglio badge. I do have a video specifically on the Alfa Romeo insignia as well, if you guys need to know more about the brand and know what these things mean. Now, the 19-inch Technico wheels, they're a little dirty. I'm not sure how well the camera is going to pick up the dirt, but brake dust is a thing, especially when you have steel rotors. These are drilled rotors, Brembo brakes. You see the big Alfa Romeo insignia on here, a little worn. All right, so that might have to get retouched up if you end up getting into this. You have the monochrome center cap right there. Then you have the 19-inch Technico wheels. I don't see these too often. This is the dark version. We do have one here with the aluminum, or bright version, shall I say. They look really good. I don't know if I like them better dark or in the bright color, but they look really good on this spec, I'll say that much. Now these are the Pirelli Corsa tires, all right? They're P0s. Now they have a good amount of tread up front. Decent amount. We'll have to check out the back as well. This car looks like it sits so low compared to the regular Giulias. Look at that. Not much wheel gap at all. And we'll take a step back just so you guys can see it. Man, that is an aggressive wheel. It is one of my favorites. It just looks so well with this car. Obviously it is tinted, so you will see the tint is already there. Don't have to worry about that if you end up stepping into it. Your carbon fiber side skirts, or rockers as they would say, do have a decent amount of tread on the tires, on the Corsa tires here. All right, we'll come around the back. Carbon fiber spoiler, as always with the Quadrifoglio models. Looks so good, looks so aggressive. I mean, what more can you say about it? And you can see that aggressive diffuser. Everything looks good there. Not too many scratches or anything. Couple little dings you can see. Not sure if the camera's picking it up, but small stuff with this kind of car, with it being low. You may pick up a couple of rock chips. You may pick up a couple of things that might give it a little scuff. So make sure you check these things out when you're getting the car. Now underneath is the same fun that you're used to. That beautiful twin turbo V6, the 2.9 liter that puts out 505 horsepower and 443 foot-pounds of torque. Moving this thing pretty fast, right? 191 top speed, and this is a 3,806 pound vehicle. All right, now with this, your fuel consumption is going to be what you think it is. 17 city and 24 highway. With the twin turbo V6, you're not going to get, you know, 35 miles per gallon. That's just how it is, and that's not what you want. You don't buy this for the fuel consumption. But look at how beautiful this looks. Look at what even more beautiful is the carbon fiber hood. It never ceases to amaze me every time I see these, and I see them more than you think. But every time I see it, it's glorious. Look at that thing. Now we're not even in the sun, it's a very hazy day, but it still just makes it shine that much more. And then with how clean this engine bay is, again, for 15,000 miles, it's not bad. Now I want you guys to see the bi-Z9 headlights with the LEDs and the turn signals. So you see them right up front there. Right there, you see the LED on the right-hand side, turn the signal there on the bottom, and the bi-Z9 headlight right there. You see the refresh rate, so that's why it looks like they're blinking. They're not really blinking. If you guys don't know, my camera does not pick up the refresh rate. Okay, they go super fast, and my camera doesn't go fast enough to catch up. Let's take a look at the back. We'll just walk back here real time so you guys can see the LED tails, and you can see the turn signals with that. Looks phenomenal. And it's good it's a gloomy day because you kind of catch them a little bit more than if the sun was on them. So inside of this 2017 Giulia Quadrifoglio, it's held up pretty well. Even the Alcantara at the top and on the sides, any inner looms have held up pretty well. I know I've talked about this before. Alcantara, when worn from the grease, natural grease and oils on your hands, can get a little rough and rugged looking after a while, after you put some wear and tear on it. This one is quite okay. You can still see a little bit of wear. You can tell that it is a pre-owned vehicle, but it is still in great condition. Carbon fiber still looks really good. Aluminum looks really good. Obviously the steering wheel looks good. You know, you talk about the high traffic areas the most because that's where you're gonna find the most scratches and dings and stuff if they're there. So same with the center console here around the gear select and the gear shifter and everything like that. You want to make sure that everything looks pretty immaculate because this is where hands and keys and things go, especially with cups and cup holders. If the person is drinking things here, you don't want it to get too sticky to where the mechanical things like the sliding door is stuck or not working because of excess sugars and you know, syrups and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that these high traffic areas look pretty good, which as you can see for yourself here, that on this Giulia Quadrifoglio, this owner kept it up quite well. So the seats is a big one. I don't see a ton of people that use the back seats, or since I've been in sales and since I've been seeing these cars come in, I haven't seen a lot of people use the back seats a lot. So the front seats are the ones who focused on the most. We're gonna look at the back seats to make sure they look good. But the front seats where the passengers and the drivers would be, if you wanna see the wear and the leather and the Alcantara there, it's definitely good to look that over just to see how well it has held up, just in case that matters to you. Some people it doesn't matter that much to, but you know, others, hey, you know, you want to kind of feel like you're getting a brand new car, especially with something with low mileage on it and something that is this kind of pristine condition and this kind of price range. So you kind of want to make sure that everything looks good. And as you can see in the passenger seat, everything looks good on this side. We'll check the driver's seat in a minute after I get my fat butt out of it. But the door on the passenger side looks really good too. You have your stitching, you have your carbon fiber, and you have your Harman Kardon speaker there. All right, so everything looks good on this side, even around where the footwell is and everything there. We can take a quick look at the side sill there. Even though the door is closed, you can kind of see it's pretty decent on the inside. No sunroof because it is a carbon fiber roof. All Giulia Quadrifoglios have carbon fiber roofs. Big patties, as always, because they are column mounted, not steering wheel mounted. So you're gonna see the big Italian patties here. Everything with the odometer looks good. As you guys can see, we do have 15,153 miles on this car. But man, this is a great place to be looking, let me tell you guys. And then for the infotainment system, we need to talk about that because it is a 2017 model. You're not going to get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in this car. Now it does have the navigation feature, all right, but you will not have the access to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for any of the 2017 Giulias. That didn't come out to the second half of 2018, and all 2019s come standard. So if that's something that's important to you guys, make sure you make a note of that before you step into the 2017 model. Obviously, you know, you can just plug in your phone and play music and stuff like that, which is fine, and that's the route I would go. But in order to use apps like Spotify or stuff like Waze or Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever, you need Apple CarPlay to do stuff like that, and you cannot do it here. Now, as promised, we're gonna look at the driver's seat here so you can see the Alcantara and the leather. The leather has shown some stress here, so that is normal because the driver is in and out of the car sitting in it, that you'll see the stress cracks in the leather. That happens with every car. But with this being a car with 15,000 miles on it and about 3 years old, you can see that it's seen better days, but it's not too bad. The Alcantara holds up actually better than anything, to be honest, and you wouldn't think that, but the leather is the first thing that kind of gets that stress crack going around, and then it starts going more along the edges and kind of works its way. But you don't normally see it on the tops here. It's normally down at the bottom where you're seated. So that is the part that you'll see as far as wear and tear. The sills look good, so not too many scratches at all, if any. You know, with people coming in and out, drivers coming in and out, kicking their foot, you don't see too many scratches. The pedals look really good. All right, everything looks solid there. The carpet looks good. As you see, the plastic is here to protect it. Now, as I mentioned with the rear, a lot of these are gonna be pretty immaculate. I don't really see a lot of people who trade these in use the rear at all. They always look pretty brand new. Same is the case with this one here. So as you see, the Alcantara looks good. The leather looks good. So you see there's just like a little bit of wave in it, but there's not really any stress cracks at all on the side, on the bottom. Nothing up top. It all looks pretty phenomenal. Like I said, brand new, to be honest. So a lot of people don't use the rear, and I'm not exactly sure why. You know, I know this is kind of a, I guess, a track weekend weapon kind of car, but it is also a daily driver. It could be used as a daily driver, but I don't see a lot of people, you know, I guess with families or with backseat passengers with these cars, and that's just how it is. Now, in case you guys didn't notice, there is no protection on the carpet, and again, another testament to there was nobody sitting back here. These carpets look brand new. Just a little bit of lint because it's black carpet is gonna show everything, but other than that, I mean, there's been no feet on these carpets whatsoever. So everything looks good on the mats. I do have to let you know, there is no armrest in the back. All right, this is a track weapon. This is more of a weekend warrior. It does not have a cup holder or anything in the rear. You can't pull anything down here, and the seats do not fold down for the 2017 models. We'll get to that in a minute once we hop in the trunk. Standard Alfa key fob has been the same since they've come out in 2017. So it started here, and it is the same for 2018 and 2019. You have your unlock, lock, you have your trunk release, you have your remote start, and your panic. All right, so we're gonna press twice and pop our trunk. Trunk goes up, and you have your front mats here, so you can see that they are in pristine condition here as well. All right, so the owner took care of these mats, and obviously the dealership probably did a little bit of cleansing on it to make sure that it looks brand new, that it looks like you're getting a dope vehicle. But I did mention to you guys, no rear folding seats. All right, so you guys know, watching my video on the 2019 models, you can fold the seats down. All right, it's 3 separate seats that you can fold down: drivers, passenger, and middle. There are handles here for the triggers to let the seats down. They're not in the 2017s. This is the one that came first, and they did not start off with rear folding seats. So you do not have an armrest or cup holders in the back, and you do not have rear folding seats. Let's start it up. So immediately we're gonna go into manual mode, push this gear select, over to the left-hand side, and we're gonna use the patties because that's what we do here. We'll start off in dynamic mode, which I'm in right now, but obviously we're gonna kick it up for a quick second in race mode because how could you not? So, get tired of the driving experience that the Quadrifoglio models give you. The Giulias themselves, the inline 4-cylinder, is very light on its feet, very quick and fun to drive. This is super aggressive. This just has so much bite to it. I mean, I need to pass somebody right now. And they don't know what's coming until it's past them, let me tell you. So much pull, and the noises, the exhaust is a rasp to it, but then the pops, it's just a it's just, I mean, it's you have to hear it, you have to hear it. It's just fun. These things are fun. I would probably, if I owned one of these, burn through the tires like nothing at all. Wow, this is great. Myself in trouble, guys. Man, and this thing handles. I could just, I mean, any of the Giulias, any of the Giulias have crazy steering. It is race car steering. You can come out of corners. I mean, the steering response is just like no other. The suspension's a little rougher, obviously it's a sports suspension, you're gonna feel it. Disclaimer, you put it in race mode, you're losing all your driver assistance, you're losing your traction, but you're gaining some fun. So that's what we're about to do. It's just so fast too. Being used on the street is common, but not necessarily recommended because of turning off your driver assistance and your traction and everything, but you get this. Myself down. I am a law-abiding citizen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Don't let this video fool you. This just makes you want to be a sinful driver. This makes you want to roll stop signs. It makes you want to drift through turns. It makes you want to take off 0 to 60 every single time you step on the gas. You had to experience it. Now, for those OGs of the channel, you'll know that I was car shopping and I chose to pass over the Giulia Quadrifoglio for a few obvious reasons. Now, I also passed over the Alfa Romeo Giulia or the Giulia TI or any of the 2-liter Giulias for a particular reason as well. and I ended up going with the Stinger here that you see right now. Now, reason being, because I drove these for over a year at the dealership every day, so it wasn't as special to me as it would be owning it and putting it in my own garage, especially where I can come up here at any time and drive one of these cars. Now, for the Giulia Quadrifoglios, I obviously didn't drive these every day because we kept the miles low on these. These weren't cars to be driven all of the time, but the specific reason why I passed on it is because of the running costs. Obviously, it's one thing to purchase a car, it's another thing to own and maintain it. And after owning and maintaining a Ghibli for 4 years, or 2 Ghiblis for 4.5 years, I decided that I wanted to cut down the cost on those things so I could further invest my money into my future. Now, with that said, it's not a bad thing to have these things at all. Now, we'll be getting into another sports car in the future for a weekend warrior, not a daily driver. But what I'm talking about here, and the point of the story is, make sure that you do know the warranty on these are 4 years, 50,000 miles, bumper to bumper. All right, but you will have some other stuff that you need to take care of, like your annual maintenance and everything like that, with your parts, your tires. Some of that stuff, when getting a pre-owned car or a great deal, is not taken into consideration sometimes. So you may see a great sticker price, but at the same time, you need to make sure that the car is cared for throughout the year. So I just wanted to bring that up, just kind of give you a forewarning that these cars demand a little bit of attention, and that attention may cost you a little bit, but in the end game, these are great cars to get into. They're fun, and they do what they're meant to do, and they do that very well. Let's talk about price. This 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio with 15,000 miles on it is being sold for $54,900. Now, I don't know the exact sticker price when it was brand new, but it was actually sold here because the gentleman, like I said, bought it here, traded it in, and again got another one from here. Now, given that the only thing that is missing from this is really the carbon ceramic brakes, which are $8,000, we'll probably put this car at about $82,000. Only reason why I say $82,000 is because of the fact that it has the tri-coat paint, which is $2,200. Other than that, this has pretty much everything you can get on a Quadrifoglio. Stuff like that paint, stuff like the carbon inserts on the steering wheel, stuff like the 8.8-inch screen with the navigation. It has the upgraded Harman Kardon sound, everything like that. And the Quadrifoglios do come loaded up, so there's a couple options you tweak here and there. But this one, I would say probably 80, 82 brand new. All right, so with that said, now at $54,000 and 15,000 miles on it, as you can see, it depreciated quite a bit, but that's a good thing for you guys if you are looking to buy this now. Obviously, the previous owner lost a little bit of money, especially because he turned it in so quickly. But with you guys, you're getting a good steal for the price and the mileage. So now you guys have to decide, after all of this, after seeing the interior, exterior, knowing more about the car itself, and knowing what it sounds like and what it's like to drive it from the distance standpoint of being on video, what do you guys think about this 2017 Quadrifoglio and Rosso Competizione Red? You guys let me know because I'm curious, but hopefully you enjoyed the drive, hearing that exhaust note, hearing the revs, just being able to experience this up front and center, right close and personal, and just knowing what kind of value you're getting for this. Now, you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I'll leave Alfa Romeo Maserati's contact number in my description so you guys can check out the inventory on the website. You can check out this car on the website, or you can just give them a call if you want to come and inquire on this specific vehicle. Definitely tell them that RonsRides sent you. Hopefully they'll hook you up with a nice little deal. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video today, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hitting that thumbs up button gets it up in the rankings, helps support the video, and more people can see it, and we can have a bigger conversation. Now, with that also said, if you want to support the channel, just check the links down below. You can also check out the merch that I have down there. I have a link to my t-shirts, my hoodies, coffee mugs, pillows, all that kind of stuff, RonsRides stickers, or you can just check out the Patreon. I do have a Patreon subscription, or you can do a one-time donation through PayPal if you want to donate $1 or $2 to the channel. You can also check out my social media links, my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everything like that. But you guys got to keep up with me, so make sure you subscribe to check out more RonsRides videos and click that notification bell to get them right into your inbox. Guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me and the Giulia Quadrifoglio today. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and we will talk to you guys in the next RonsRides video. You guys be blessed, be safe, and we'll see you then. Peace.